Jesse. Now my fight, Jesse. Now my second fight. Jesse.
Now, you don't beg chicken. I go chop him. Now, you don't beg.
I go chop. Come on, dear.
No, you the grill chef. I come out for there and make person give you the grill. You there in charge of grill. I'll make you fuck off. I beg. You in charge of grill. None of us go there grill.
See, I do gentle for you.
No, I've been begging you. I don't beg her. Me one whenever done. We're red inside. Done for me. You're a fool.
I fucking give you.
You're a fool. You not give me anything. You go switch up that thing when you give me. Are you a goat?
Oh my God, we asked for a 10/10 season and the housemates are giving us 100/10. In short, it's just been a lot in the Big Brother house here this season 10, which is 10/10, and it's like we can't just get enough. It's either they are fighting for food, or they are fighting for the kitchen duties, or they're just fighting for something so weird. And one person is fighting at a corner, and before you know it, someone comes to take over the highlight. It's like there's one issue, but there are 20 people amassed in that. These housemates, in short, it's been a lot. We can't get enough of them, but they are giving us a daily dose of drama that we paid for. Of course, don't forget you're watching Big Brother Naija Update here on Leadership TV. I am Cynthia Onwado, your host. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms to be updated on the latest in the Big Brother Naija house. And right here on YouTube also, we give you daily updates. And please let me know what you think in the comments when we give you the daily dose of the drama. So let's just get right into it. Let's begin with the last 24 hours. Yesterday, we saw in the kitchen area, Kola had a conversation with Koyin and Isabella. People said he has been going on a media round about his feelings for Dede, and it seems like she was the last person that got to know that he actually likes her. But that changed yesterday. Don't worry, I'm coming to that. I'll give you the gist. Calm down. So yesterday, he was talking to Koyin and Isabella about his likeness for Dede, and it seems like she's not giving him any attention. I'm like, she doesn't even know you like her, guy. Go and talk to her. And they were advising him, say, put more pressure, because it seems like her relationship with Jason has, gotten stronger since Sunday they got into the house. They do a lot of things together. They sit at a corner, they discuss, they gist, they laugh. And Dede has this kind of, will I call it enigmatic energy around her. It's like she says, come to me, I'm not coming to you. We've seen guys, gathered around to talk about her. A lot of them had a lot to say about her. Say she didn't hug me. She feels she's the hottest in this house. She wants you to come to her. She doesn't come to talk to you. So she's almost like the most desired in the house. Everybody has something to say about Dede, from Brian Morgan to K-Bobo to Culture, and then Kola also. And he always has her name in his mouth. So Koyin and Isabella were like, apply pressure, guy, go and talk to her. If Jason is doing 10, you do 15. If he's doing 15, you do 30. Go and do a lot more than what Jason is doing, and then she can't ignore you. I mean, we are together in this house. She'll give you the attention that you actually want. And I can say that paid off anyway, but I'm coming to that. Let's talk a bit about some of the diary sessions that took place yesterday. The ones that stood out to me were Rooboy and Mensa. Let me talk about Rooboy first. Rooboy had a lot to say to Big Brother. He complained bitterly about the housemates and their behavior. The fact that some people in the house are eating even what they were not eating in their own house. People eat 3 times a day when some haven't even gotten 1 square meal. So people take loaves of bread and they just consume the way that they don't even consume in their own house. So he was complaining bitterly to Big Brother and saying, Big Brother, if I win the HOH challenge, then go hear him. I'm going to deal with the housemate. I'm going to put the house in order. So in a way, he's trying to say that Jason J, who is the current HOH, is not doing the right thing. Like, he doesn't have premium leadership skills. A lot of things are going on wrong in the house, and Jason J, as a ruler or as a head of house, it's not putting things in accordance. And what also stood out to me was he was telling Big Brother, 6 p.m. put music for us, maybe they feel ourselves. You know, the house on character, he's fun, you know, him being a hype man, so he's always social, he always has something funny to say. Well, moving on to Mensa now. Mensan has turned to a meme online. You know, we're seeing a lot of Mensan memes crying to Big Brother about how difficult his life was. He doesn't have a father figure. Him and his brothers, they've always tried to look for who to look up to. So he feels like he has to be a father figure to his, you know, younger ones. And at a point, after crying and explaining to Big Brother, he said, Big Brother, is this on live TV? And it was so hilarious because he's trying, it almost seemed fake in a way, like, okay, I've cried, I've told people my life history. I hope they have sympathy for me. I know there's 150 million on the line, but please, I wish this housemates will be as real as possible. Let's just watch a little bit of what I'm talking about. Mensan crying to Big Brother, lamenting and talking at the same time. So there's just been a lot of memes about
something when I become that I'm going to make sure I ask my fellow questions and to know how far what's up, IDB, what happened.
All right, the housemates also had their arena games last night, the first arena games for the 10 over 10 season. And surprisingly, a lady took it home. I'm a girl's girl. I'm so happy Joanna won the first arena game. And Big Brother, of course, said that he has a lot of goodies, you know, as her prize. And we also saw Culture almost making it to the finish line. And also, Dambo's kid, I hope I had his, I'm getting his name right. There was a kind of energy that happened. Something I noticed during the arena games. Dambo's kid was at a point the one with the fastest time. And then Culture came and snatched that away from him. And it seemed like the housemates were very happy for Culture. And that did something to Dambo's kid. He felt like intimidated in a way, like the housemates didn't like him. The housemates were happy that Culture had come and, you know, taken away the fastest time from him. But then in that house, we can see that people have already started forming cliques. You know, there are people that feel that they're almost overwhelmed, like they don't know what they are doing in that house. You don't really see them communicating with a lot of people. You don't see them being friendly. They came in with a lot of energy, but it now feels like they're losing, you know, that energy. Culture is like the baby of the house. Everybody loves him, but I'm happy Joanna won. She's the first winner of the, you know, 10 over 10 season, the first arena games. Let's move on now to the pool party. Right after the arena games, a few minutes after that, Big Brother called the HOH Jason J to the diary room, and he came back with a brief and said, Big Brother said, you have 10 minutes to prepare for the pool party, so change into your outfits and look cute and blah, blah, blah. And everybody just started racing to their closets to try to find something cute to wear. Right after that, Jason D also made an announcement and said, Big Brother said he had provided a lot of meat for us to enjoy while the pool party is going on. So if you know that you would love to be part of the grilling, come and let me know. Let me know if you want to be part of this grilling of this meal. Let's grill it together. And everybody literally just ignored him. You know how these housemates behave. That's going to cause trouble hours later after that, but I'm coming to that. So everybody looked cute, you know, Big Brother did his counting, they all moved to the pool party, and the ladies were looking moisturized, they were looking cute. I loved so many outfits there, and man, the bodies on these ladies, what? The bodies on these ladies, I'm talking about Day, you know, she was looking really cute. I loved what Sabrina wore also, and Big Soso, Big Soso was not just the big mommy of the house. Yesterday, I saw a different side to her. She was twerking, she was dancing, she was happy. And Rooboy also was taking the housemates on a vibe. You know, he was like the house, you know, the house hype man. He was leading them in the dance. Also, Koyin was doing his thing too. A lot of the housemates were vibing, you know, they're drinking at the same time. They were getting high, they were getting hype. And, you know, I was seeing some sort of movement, some sort of movement. Remember, let me take you back to the house before even the arena games. Kola was having a conversation with Doris and Otega. Yes. Doris was attacking him and saying, you know, that she thought they were a thing, you know, she thought he was feeling her. And then he told her that, I'm not feeling you like that. You're like my sister, you're like my G. Please, you already know that I like Dede. I don't see you in that particular way. And Doris was not like, what are you telling me? I thought you said that you like girls that are smart. I thought you said that Dede is not deep. I thought that was what you said. You are feeling her, you like her, blah, blah, blah. She just walked out of the conversation. And it was left with just Kola and Otega moving back to the kitchen, you know, from the living room to the kitchen. And then he continued lamenting to Otega and said, never gave her that green light. I never showed her that I liked her in any way. She read that on her own. I've always been vocal to her about my likeness for Dede. I always tell her, you know, I've explained to her numerous times that I like Dede. Even the arena game situation, I think there was a time yesterday she jumped on Jason J and Dede were sharing clothes or a jacket. So she's supposed to use her number 6 to know that the more I'm telling you about Dede, it shows that I like her. So I never gave you that vibe. You read wrongly on your own. So in a way, right after that conversation, he had to keep explaining to Otega that I never showed her any likeness. Even Doris, he said that Doris have made them twin. When I say twin, that's color coordinated outfits. There are a lot of times Doris wants them to, you know, be color coordinated. And it's so funny to me. I'm like, it's just like day 4 in Big Brother's house and you want to be doing ashwebi with somebody that you don't even know. Girl, please, don't fall my hand, I beg. Don't even piss me off. Why would you want to be color coordinating with a guy you just met 4 days ago in the Big Brother house, even if it's like friendship? And Kola, you know, said he was totally ignorant of whatever likeness she had for him. He felt she was also seeing him as a G. She, you know, she wants them to do Taiwo and Kehinde, twinnies and besties. And it just it wasn't giving at all. I think it's very important for us to read the room. I mean, people should read other people's energy. How will you just come into the house 4 days into the house and then you are already saying this guy likes you, you know, you like him back and blah, blah, blah. But I have something else to say about this. All right. Right from Sunday, when the guys came into the house, I noticed some kind of movement. I noticed that Kola was following Doris a lot. You know, even I was saying it that Sunday, like, what is going on here? On Monday, it continued. You understand? So I think in a way, she kind of read meaning into the friendship, him liking to be close to her and all of that. And even yesterday, he told Otega that there was a time Doris came and slept. You know, Mide is very close friends with Dede. And then he had to quickly chase Doris out of his bed, like, stand up, stand up, stand up. So Mide doesn't go and tell Dede that, you know, I saw Doris doing things on Kola's bed and blah, blah. You know the funny thing about this whole situation? Almost everybody in the house have heard that Kola likes Dede, except Dede herself. That's what's so funny about this situation. The main person that is involved in this issue doesn't even know. She's totally ignorant because Kola has been going on media rounds in the house, from Mide to the guys to everybody. Oh, I like Dede. He even asked Mide yesterday, like, what's going on with Jason? And Mide had to tell him that, okay, you can go and try your luck. What's between Dede and Jason is just friendship. You know, she has a relationship outside of the house. So you can go and try your luck to see what is going to come out of it. So this whole situation is just very funny, but I'm just happy he cleared it. I'm not liking the gaslighting. I'm not liking, you know, how Doris is trying to put him in a tight corner when he never opened his mouth to say, I like you, I want us to be in a relationship in the house. You just assumed, you know, he gave you an energy of he likes you and then you just assumed. A woman is not supposed to work on assumptions. I mean, a man should open his mouth and tell you, actually, I want this, I want that, before you go and decide on your own. So moving away from that now, let's talk a bit about the pool party. Yes, after all the gang and the dancing and everything, they moved back into the house, and that was where the drama started. Chicken. Hey, chicken caused the main fight, the main wahala that happened right from when they got into the house was because of chicken. Okay, what are we saying? We know Otega came into the house with a plate full of chicken. And then we saw Victory following him, you know, give me chicken, give me chicken. And then suddenly we heard people upstairs screaming, shouting. What was going on? Denari was shouting, this one chicken, you grilled it on your own, you know, you can't give me chicken, I begged you for chicken, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me break down this chicken situation now. Remember back when Big Brother told them that it was time for their pool party, and then Jason said, Big Brother provided a lot of meat for us, let us come and grill it, and nobody replied. Otega decided to take it upon himself. Otega and Faith, they decided to take up the grilling on their own, and Otega decided that after he was going to grill for everybody in the pool party, he was going to grill for just himself and take back the rest of the raw meat into the house. He's nobody's slave, he's nobody's cook. And then Jason agreed. I think that was where everything went totally wrong. All right, I have a few animosities with Jason J's style of leadership. There are a lot of things that are wrong, a lot of things he said yes to. Is like he had his clique already and he can't say no to them. Even when there are issues in the house, he takes sides. All right, that's something that I've noticed about Jason J's leadership skill that I really don't like. And then Denari and Otega went at it. They almost went physical, and people were just holding them, trying to, like, you know, block them away from each other. It was really scary. Even as we are looking for entertainment, I beg, don't injure anybody. Hey, you don't really have to get physical, because if you get physical, Big Brother is not going to look at the entertainment side of it. He's sending you back home with your bags immediately, ASAP. So while this was going on also, people were just screaming that they also didn't get chicken. Otega, you know, grilled for just himself. The people were also, like, you know, back and forth and all of that. Even Isabella was on one end, and Ivata were like, they didn't get chicken. They took some chickens and then put in the the microwave or where itself, the air fryer, and said they were going to grill for themselves. Mensa was on another corner too, screaming at the top of his voice that he also didn't get chicken. He just got one in the pool party, or he hasn't even eaten himself. See the full plate of, you know, chicken that Otega took for himself. So they were just going back and forth, going at it, and blah blah blah. Rooboy also came from nowhere and also started complaining about the chicken situation and the fact that some things had been getting missing. That's another discussion for another time. I don't even know whether Big Brother sent somebody on a mission. If he did, we're going to see it anyway, or maybe it's just a ninja. There are things that have been getting missing, being moved. Thelma's one of her most expensive clothes was moved to the toilet. There's some of the ladies' shoes. I think Sabrina now they found it with moisturizer all over the shoe. So there's just a lot of things happening. Some people have some theories and say, okay, maybe Big Brother is sending one of us to cause chaos in the house. Though some people have those that they are suspecting, but they don't have any concrete proof. So Rooboy went on and on, seeing the drama that was happening. Remember I told you in the beginning that you think you have highlights. Somebody will just come from nowhere and collect your highlights. That's just the funny These housemates, they are ready for anything. You come with your strategy, they go come collect them for your hand. So we can go band for band. We can go strategy for strategy. So once you see two people screaming at a corner, you will just see like 5 other people there from nowhere coming to collect the fight. Like they have nothing to do with it. So this was the situation with Otega and the Denari's fight. Otega and Denari's fight was the parents that bought other fights that happened yesterday night. So Rooboy carried the matter on his head and was like, some of you in this house, I'm seeing the things that you are doing. If you come and take anything from my corner, I will deal with you. Don't touch my things. Mensah was another corner complaining also that Otega didn't give him meat. And then we had Victory just following Otega behind him like, who do you think you are, man? Give me meat. This is Big Brother's house. This is Big Brother's, you know, meat. So why do you think you want to take that away from me? And then from nowhere, we saw Otega choking Victory, kind of like choking him on the neck and twisting his arm. I'm like, oh, is all of this because of chicken? Is all of this because of chicken? All this physical altercation, all this choking, all this hand twisting. Is it because of chicken? Abi, there is another thing. it was getting so physical and scary, really. So at a point, Jason J also jumped in and was trying to settle the situation and said, okay, since you guys decided not to grill, Otega volunteered himself and said he was going to grill just his after the general party. So I don't think anybody has a right to ask him, for me, if you want to grill, go and grill your own. That is where everything, went wrong. And then Victory kept on trying to collect the meat from Otega, and then all of a sudden, we don't even know what happened. Jesse J got angry with Victory, and then they were about to also go physical on each other. And then we saw Kola trying to hold Jesse J. It was like dragging him at the corner. Another person was dragging Victory. How chaos. Everything was about to go up in this. Dragging each other like this. Please, you just have to shift. Even at a point, I think Dede was trying to also talk to Jason J. He didn't even listen to her. Look at the way I think Otega just flung Tracy. So if you're a woman trying to enter that kind of matter, the way they will fling you, you will lose a limb, really. So they were just dragging, and the anger, Jason J just got so angry. Like Victory was trying to fuel, the situation. Otega was angry. Victory was trying to fuel the situation. Jason J, out of confusion or whatever, also got angry, and they were just dragging him. Kola was trying to drag him from going physical. He was actually ready to go physical with Victory, which was shocking to me. I'm like, is it this 2 seconds issue that you are ready to throw away this entire experience for? You know what it took you to get into the house, and because of chicken, you want to throw away, this entire experience. If you go physical with anyone, you know that Big Brother is gonna disqualify you. That's in the rule book. Yeah, you can insult anybody, you can go at each other with your mouth, but once it goes physical, you hit someone, that's the end. So right after that chaos was going on, Mensah was screaming at another point. Rooboy was also saying, I'm high, beg, are they hungry, blah, blah, blah. He went into the kitchen also after seeing Isabella and I think Avatar trying to fry their meat. And he was like, I want to eat too, I'm hungry, but we just went into the kitchen. And while he was screaming also, he was shouting about people that were messing up, the kitchen. You remember Rooboy has said so many times that, he doesn't have any issue with doing any work in the house. He can even wash plate for a week. He can clean everywhere. So he doesn't think he's going to have issue with anybody. But funny enough, this sanity or sanitation in the kitchen was what caused the bigger blowout of all. Right? So Rooboy got into the kitchen, and then there was Imisi, just trying to walk into the kitchen to make herself an Indomie, or rather a noodle to eat after all the drinking and everything. And then all of a sudden, we saw Rooboy warning Imisi, you better wash your pot after you using it to cook. Oh. You better wash your pot. Don't leave your pot there. Oh. You better wash your plate. And it was as if, they poured kerosene on an already blazing fire. Imisi was like, who are you to tell me what to do? Oh yeah, do your worst now. If I say I don't want to wash the plate, I don't want to wash the pot. What are you going to do? It was a lot. Yoruba language vernacular was just flying left and right, and then Rooboy was also giving it to her. Don't touch me, oh! If your mama hand touch me, if your hand touch me, I go slap you. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, from where to where did this one even start from now? Okay, before that, while they were screaming at each other, we saw Jason J going into the kitchen to try to pack loaves of bread, right? I think eating is a major issue in that house, that they have to work, they have to find a way to settle the issue of eating, the issue of food, because they can't even come to an understanding. Everybody just goes into the kitchen and eats whatever they want, eat a lot of quantity without even caring that there are 28 other people in the house that have not eaten. So we saw Jason J going into the, the kitchen to take loaves of bread, and this is right after Rooboy has taken one entire bread and said, I'm going to eat this on my own, I'm not sharing this with anybody, blah blah blah. And he was showing that threat, and Jason J took that threat serious, and then he gave some of the loaves of bread to Sultana, and then they were just packing bread. And in the midst of packing the bread in the midst of packing the bread, Imisi, came trying to cook her noodles, and Sultana telling Imisi, get out of my sight, get out of here. I don't want to see you here. Get out of my sight. I'm like, what thing can't bring this one? What is get out of my sight? What's the meaning of get out of my sight? Screaming at Imisi also. Like, wash your pot, wash your plate, blah, blah, blah. And then we're just going at each other. And then Sultana walked out of the kitchen. But we saw Imisi going at it with Rooboy. They were speaking Yoruba back and forth at each other. And then all of a sudden, we saw Koyin. I don't even know where he came from. He just jumped at Imisi's face. If you don't wash your plate in this house, you will never enter this kitchen. We will never allow you to cook in this kitchen if you don't wash your plate. Hey? Oh, God, these people. These people, they will make Big Brother show his face. It was a whole lot. And then Imisi holding the cutlery, the fork that she was trying to use to spin her Indomie and everything. And then she just showed it at Koyin. I will do this to you. I will stab you. She was saying it in Yoruba anyway, but that's what I understood from that. I'm going to do this. Your intestine, your kidney. It was just, you want to stab somebody's child. Because of what? It was a whole lot, like chaos. So it was now Imisi versus Rooboy and Koyin. She was attacking this one at this corner. She was attacking this one at this corner. She held her own of the Most High. So it was Imisi versus two people, 2 against 1. She was at this honor. Ask about me in Ebutemeta. Go to Ebutemeta. Ask about me. It was just a lot, really. Chaos was everywhere in the house. So I'm trying to ask myself, why does it seem like Imisi is a soft target? You had Sultana in the kitchen saying, get out of my sight. Rooboy came and talked about pots and plates. Koyin came and said the same thing. A lot of people have talked about the bullying thing, that when a lot of people are gathered like that, there's always one soft target, somebody that they bully or they do this or they do that. But I share different sentiments, right? Let's take us back to when Jason J won the head of house, and then he came back and said Big Brother had complained about how they were using food in the house. As at Monday, Sunday night, when the guys came into the house, they really didn't have what to eat because some of the ladies had already started hiding food. So Jason J took it upon himself and said he's selecting 2 people to head the kitchen. They are the ones that are going to delegate what people would eat. Before you cook anything, you take permission from them. So Big Soso and Otega were given that responsibility. And we saw chaos that particular night from 2 people, that's Isabella and Imisi. We know that they were very, very against that issue, but I think they just had to walk through with the rest of the house because it was like 27 against 2. But then when you disrespect authority, you kind of put a spotlight on yourself, a kind of attention on yourself. People will see you as disrespectful. You are not cooperative. You don't respect authority. So I think in a way that's what Imisi is still suffering from. You cannot have 3 people complain about the same thing about you, that you don't clean up after yourself. You are not cooperative, not be lying anyways. But I don't really know where that whole yesterday's issue came from. I think it was the manner in which Rooboy came and told her to wash after herself. I think she felt that was really rude and she just had to defend herself, really. She is wrong in a way. Rooboy also, the manner of approach, he is also, very, very wrong. Because it seems Imisi pokes some of the housemates and they have to react. So people seeing it as bullying, I don't really know. Just a response, the way you present yourself, and that's the way people are going to respond to you. So at a point, Big Brother called her into the diary room and, we didn't really get to see how that ended. But I'm hoping by today, Big Brother will give his verdict on all of the hand touching and the choking and the pushing and everything that was just going on. Even if you want to give drama, is it this type you're going to throw away this opportunity in just 4 days because you're trying to give drama? So while you're giving drama, you have to be as careful as possible. Though I have to give these housemates their tents. They are entertaining us. They are giving us what we subscribed for. So a bit of Mensah and Thelma issue now, even while the whole shouting was going on, and Mensah it's blah, blah, blah. And Thelma was just screaming at him, you are lousy, shut up, blah, blah, blah.